Hey everyone, welcome to our weekly market updates. Last week was pretty uneventful, which actually creates the perfect conditions for a lot of people to lose money on the markets. We're going to look into why this is so, what I'm looking into right now, what I've been doing, and also we're going to look into my current open positions and the position that I closed just last week. So let's jump right into it. This is Bitcoin's chart on a weekly time frame, and you can see that last week we were pretty much flat. Price started confirming this descending line here, and I expect this to pretty much continue for the foreseeable future. A lot of chop can be expected in this area. We are right in the middle of nowhere. There are no significant levels here. The next level down is around 14-15k that we have discussed, and also the next level down is around 12k. It is not clear if we are going to get to these levels, if we're going to have another capitulation, if we are going to have a slow bleed to the downside. That's why I just want to say to everyone, be prepared for a lot of chop, for a lot of boring times, and for a lot of frustrating moments for people just waiting for something to happen and for a good setup to appear. And actually, this is one of the reasons why these type of conditions make a lot of people lose a lot of money, because they're lacking the patience and they want to be making money every single day on crypto, because in the past it has been so easy. However, I believe that in the coming year or two, especially if we have a full-blown recession on our hands, the market conditions won't really favor short-term traders. And I think a lot of people will get chopped out of the market. I also tested a trade last week. I'm going to look into it just in a moment. But again, for me, this was a very small size. I was trying to play a narrative which didn't play out, and I just cut my loser very short when I saw that the trend is not intact already. And this was DYDX. I bought it here looking for a breakout around $2.50. This was when we were at the peak of FTX fear. We also had doubts that Crypto.com and other exchanges will go down. However, this hasn't yet played out, and we don't know if any other major exchange will go under. And that is seen in the markets of decentralized exchanges like DYDX. We had a second attempt last week for a breakout. It failed, and then we confirmed this level around $2 as resistance, and this is where I cut my trade at around 25% loss. I took a stab at it. It didn't play out. Move on to the next one. I'm not really regretting anything in this trade, to be honest. The position size for me was okay. The cutout level was okay. I'm not willing to back hold this one because I don't truly believe in the fundamentals of DYDX. And overall, although I lost money, I think I followed my trade plan, and that's why I'm satisfied with the overall outcome of this trade. As you know, I like to do these kind of recaps also for myself, like a journal, and to hold myself accountable for my moves. And I wanted to show you again how I think about these. Even if you don't take any trades, you'll probably be better off than just taking any kind of trade in these market conditions. And I'm definitely not taking any major risks right now, but every once in a while I like to test a trade, and if it doesn't work out, I just follow my plan and move on to the next one. I also have another position here, which is GMX. I bought it at the same time with DYDX. However, I'm keeping this for the long run, and as you can see, it's been showing relative strength here. It still hasn't really had a lower low here. I'm not sure if it's gonna break out or not. I don't really care at this moment, to be honest. I'm looking to continue accumulating in this entire range, and if we potentially see a breakout above this level around $70, again, I will be adding to this position. But this is really a long-term play for me, and I do have several coins like this that I've started accumulating, and a few more that I'm researching, and potentially I will be adding to those. One of them is Optimism. I'm a little bit underwater here, but again, it's not an issue at all for me. I also have some Matic, and pretty much these are the altcoins that I'm currently holding. I still have some Sol, but again, this is a really small back now, and I've taken my cost basis out. So I really don't care what will happen with Sol, to be honest. If it has another cycle, great. If it doesn't, I don't really care. I'll just cut this position further down, and that would be it. This brings me also to a few other tokens that I'm researching. One of them is Hashflow, HFT. It launched a few weeks ago and actually has a very decent exchange diversification right from the start. Kraken, Coinbase listed it, it's also on KuCoin and of course on Binance. And whenever this happens, brand new project to be launched in so many different exchanges, I'm always interested. And as you can see here, the price action is showing relative stability. If we compare this with Aptos, another project that had similar launch, you see that they had a sell-off here, while Hashflow is kind of keeping up with these levels around 50 cents. This project is very interesting because it's a decentralized exchange that is allowing people to exchange tokens between different networks. They still have a lot of developments to do, and I'm gonna post full-blown research on this project, but here just the interface I want to show you very quickly. You can see that here you can choose between Ethereum, Polygon, Avalanche and so on, and you can swap Ethereum from the mainnet to the other layer 2s or sidechains or other chains in general. This I think will be a very powerful tool if they manage to deliver everything that they're planning to do. So definitely I'm keeping an eye on this. I'm not looking to accumulate it just yet, but if we see a nice setup and if they continue building, I'll definitely be interested in a trade. A few other things that happened last week is that BNB had a little pop here, and this is just another testament for the weird market environment that we're currently in. CZ announced that they're adding another billion or so in their emergency fund, and this caused a small pop here on the day, Saturday. However, as you can see, it got sold off very quickly, and that's very typical in the bear market to have these kind of random pops on every news article or every glimmer of hope that the traders have to catch some quick gains. However, the selling pressure from all the back holders here from this entire bear trend right here makes it very difficult for a sustained bull trend to continue in order to make more than 5 to 10% gains. Here the risk to reward was not really favorable, and actually you can see here we had a big wick, probably cleared out a lot of stops, and that's the reason I believe that it's really hard to make gains on quick trades in these type of market conditions. Another one that had a very similar setup was ApeCoin. They announced just a day or two ago that they're going to be introducing the staking mechanism for ApeCoin, and this caused again a pump here of around 20 to 30%, but again we're seeing some selling pressure, and to be honest, I don't think this will be a major catalyst for ApeCoin. Sure, staking is important, but again, we still need the demand for ApeCoin, and we still need Yuga Labs to continue developing and continue building in order for ApeCoin to truly break out of this descending triangle that we're seeing and to see a sustained bull trend shift. I don't think that's really reasonable in these market conditions, but it's definitely something to look for. And again, you can see that it's been very difficult to trade this, even such kind of buy the rumor, sell the news. You know that we have traded successfully ApeCoin when they were introducing their metaverse up here. We made some gains here. However, you can see the difference here. The candles here are very, very small, and the risk to reward actually wasn't that great on this trade, because where are you gonna put your risk here? The lowest point here is around 20% down. And definitely I'm not willing to risk 20% to make something like 20 or 30% to the upside, because we had another level here around $4 that was acting as resistance, and you can see that this fizzled out quite quickly. Maybe it will continue to the upside, we're gonna see how it's gonna play here, but definitely the risk to reward on this play specifically wasn't great. That's pretty much everything for this update. As you can see, there hasn't been much going on. There's still a lot of FUD, there's still a lot of uncertainty, so everything that we have discussed in previous updates still stands. Make sure you don't take too big of risks, keep your money out of exchanges, and I would say even out of stable coins. Make sure you limit your exposure overall in case we have another black swan. And yeah, it's just a patient game. Spend time learning, spend time researching projects, and in the long term, I'm sure that these times here, the next several months, will be the most profitable times to be accumulating different projects, and of course Bitcoin and Ethereum. If you have any questions, you know how to find me. I'll see you in the next one.